Welcome, you guys. This is Eric Vaughn to the Family Cash Machine. And I wanted to bring you guys an update right now. It's a very serious story right now. Breaking news. Visa has crashed in the UK. Yes, Visa has crashed. The processing center that you call Visa, which is on your Bank of America, your Wells Fargo, your Citibank, whatever bank that you're with, it's not working. U.S. Bank, it doesn't matter what bank you're with. If you got the Visa logo in the UK, it's not working. And so that has to be pandemonium. I was reading this morning about people on the Wales bridge, and they don't have coins on that token on that particular toll, and so they're using their cards, and their cards not working. People are stuck on the bridge. There's arguments going on in restaurants right now because payments are not going through. Arguments going on in department stores because payments are not going through. Could you imagine going somewhere and your card is not working and you can't call the bank and straighten it out because the bank is not Visa. The bank is not Visa. Visa is a separate company on its own that you see that logo on all the debit cards around the world, either Visa or MasterCard. So again, this is the problem with a centralized system. Centralized system means one source. And this is what we have in our financial arena and industry. And we haven't noticed it. It's gone unnoticed by most of us that we have a centralized system, meaning that everything goes through one single server. And we are so used to doing that in a lot of industries in the world, so we can be monitored and controlled. And this is why we need Bitcoins. This is why we need cryptocurrencies, because right now, if some of those individuals had cryptocurrencies, they can just go with their phone and put their phone up to a Bitcoin ATM or a Bitcoin Cash ATM. Most Bitcoin ATMs have Bitcoin Cash, which is another Bitcoin system. But if they had a phone, they can put their phone up and read the QR code, the Bitcoin QR code, and just kick out cash to you. So this is why I am adamant about cryptocurrency. This is why I teach cryptocurrency. The Family Cash Machine is a team that I created with my business partner, Ellis Vernon and Dave Lyons. And we created this to educate common, regular, average people, everyday people about this new innovative technology called cryptocurrencies. It's not just Bitcoin right now. It is a huge, huge industry. And it is over 1,500 cryptocurrencies. It's not a lot of market value right now, market volume. It's not a lot of a market cap rate volume because it's new. It's a new technology, but it works. I mean, there's transactions going in seconds from phone to phone to phone. I mean, you have countries right now that don't have telephone systems or telephone wires because they were third world conditions in the 70s, and they had not yet had telephone wires, but they got cell phones now, because now automatically, cell phones is the thing. And before they even had the infrastructure in their countries, as most modern countries, they missed that process, but they got cell phones. There's countries right now that don't even have adequate running water, but they got cell phones. So that means that they are capable of having cryptocurrencies. So we want to have options. Could you imagine if Visa does that in America? The pandemonium, the chaos that's going to happen if Visa is crashed or not processing just for 2 days. Do you know how much money is going to be lost? And do you know how much is going to be negatively affected by that? So we want to have multiple systems of payment. We don't want to just have a centralized system that everything has to go through one source. And if that one source is hacked or broken or not working, then everybody shut down. And so this is the problem with the system that we have now. And this is why cryptocurrency is so profound, because it can't be shut down, because it is not based on the banks. It's not based on any financial industry, system or institution. It's not based on governments. It doesn't need a government to work. It's just the people. The people interacting with each other is what makes the network work. Wow. It's innovative, and it's in it, and it's the future. And so I would rather have a system that's not dependent on a centralized server or a centralized government or a centralized financial institution, and it's just independent of itself. As long as you have power and electricity, it works. Well, some people say, well, what if they cut off the power? Well, guess what? They could cut off the power, but you still got solar. You still have windmills. There's no such thing as cutting off all the power, all the electricity. That just can't happen. There's windmills that I think Japan has in the ocean, or China. Those some of those Asian countries now have windmills in the ocean. Now, how are you going to stop the waves? Who's going to cut the waves off? You can't do that. And so that's why this system of cryptocurrency can't be stopped, because as long as there's power, electricity, solar energy, wind energy, water energy, you can't stop it. It is totally independent of any centralized system. Now, I do want to say this on this video also, that it's time, you guys, to wake up, get yourself involved, come to the Family Cash Machine. Let us educate you regarding cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and wealth, because we see this being a huge exchange of wealth. Now, yesterday I had an interesting conversation with a guy, and he works for a huge investment firm. He works with a lot of attorneys. He works with over 5 million investors, and he also works with several hundred corporations. And what they're trying to do right now, the reason he called me, is they want to buy 1 million Bitcoins. Yes, 1 million Bitcoins, and or anywhere from 100,000 to 1 million, but they really want 1 million Bitcoins. And so I said, wow, 1 million Bitcoins. I don't even know anybody that has 1 million Bitcoins, even 100,000. I think Roger Ver has 300,000 or 400,000 Bitcoins, but there's not many Roger Veers. And who possess 100,000 Bitcoins wants to sell them? So this is what's going on right now, is there's major corporations putting their funds together. This particular group has over $22 billion. Yes, not million, $1 billion. And they reached out to me and they wanted to know where they can get 100,000 Bitcoins right quick. And I'm like, huh? It just doesn't happen like that, because the infrastructure right now in Bitcoin and the infrastructure in cryptocurrency is just not ready for all these huge corporation groups to come in and just buy it all up. It's just not ready for that yet. In fact, and I'm glad it's not ready to support that kind of funneling of money, because what's going to happen is Bitcoin is going to go so high, you guys won't be able to buy it. It'll be too high. And so I got time now to teach you guys, to get you guys involved and get you guys in this industry and start learning about money. In order to understand Bitcoins, in order to understand cryptocurrency, you're going to have to learn about money. Now, back to this group of individuals that has $22 billion already in the bank, that called me. One of their agents called me and told me that what they're doing, and I read about this in the newsletters and papers, what they're doing, these huge corporations, they have a lot of funds that they use for IRAs and stuff like that for their employees. They want to buy 1 million Bitcoins and put it in IRAs, which is smart, but it's really kind of adding a third party into this whole scenario, which we try to avoid in the cryptocurrency space. We try to do peer-to-peer transactions without a trusted third party, but it's not a bad idea for them to do that, to accumulate interest on the IRAs for their employees. But the problem with that for me is that the employees won't know anything about Bitcoins. They won't know how much appreciation those IRAs are making, with the exception of whatever digital number those corporations type in for them. And they're not going to make all the monies, I don't think, that Bitcoin is going to accumulate. Those corporations are going to make that, but okay, they're going to give some to their employees. But again, this is just one group. There's thousands of groups out there that are major corporations grouped together, and they have these firms that represent them, and they have billions and billions of dollars that they want to just right now, they're ready to throw this into the cryptocurrency space. And this is what John McAfee was talking about, is that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, could actually go up to 100,000 real soon. I can see that happening because there's billions of billions of dollars getting ready to come into cryptocurrency space. And I don't want the average people out there to miss out on getting you a piece of this pie, because I'm always saying on all my videos, this is one of the greatest exchanges of wealth going down right now in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, technology, innovative tech era. And you guys want to get in position. You don't have to be a millionaire, a billionaire to get a piece of this right now. I have people on my team literally with as low as $150 that have amassed in 34 days, $13,000. So that means anybody can get into this with the right knowledge and training and start positioning yourselves for this great exchange of wealth, and to start learning about money and how to create generational wealth for your family, because that's what this is all about. So with that, you guys, I'm going to sign out. Again, the news is Visa crashed in UK. Crashed. And nobody's credit cards, debit cards are working. Wow. That could happen here in America. And this is why you don't want to get caught like a chicken with his head cut off running around. You want to be prepared in the event there's a major crash here in the United States with Visa, and you still have something you can use to maneuver and make payments and still survive and buy food and whatever and pay bills, even if Visa crashes. We never consider that kind of stuff. We just assume they're going to always work, and they may not. So with that, you guys, I'm going to close out. This is Eric Vaughn. You guys have a great, great Friday. Peace.